Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, where we make sense of the financial world. One filing at a time today, we're diving into Natera Incorporated's latest report, and let's just say they're giving us a sneak peek at their performance. That'll make you raise an eyebrow, or maybe even two. Before we crunch some numbers, if you like getting the real story behind corporate announcements without all the jargon, make sure you are subscribed. And for deeper discussions and to connect with other finance enthusiasts, join our Discord server. The link is in the description below. So, what is the big news? Natera is dropping some early financial results for the end of last year, and it is coming out in a Form 8. Think of this like a press release that the company has to file with the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, to announce important, usually unexpected information. This particular report is all about their financial condition and operational results, and it is being filed a little after the fact on the 12th of January 2026, but it is covering events from the 11th of January 2026. The key thing here is that Natera Incorporated, or the company as they call themselves, has put out a press release. This press release gives us a heads up on how they did financially during the last 3 months and the entire year of 2025. And that press release is officially part of this report, like an attachment. Now, let's look at what the company is actually trading. Their common stock, which has a very small value, just a fraction of a cent per share, is traded under the ticker symbol NTTRI. You can find it on the Nasdaq stock market, specifically the Nasdaq Global Select Market. This tells us they are a publicly traded company, and investors are watching their performance closely. This filing tells us about their results of operations and financial condition. Essentially, how the business has been performing and its overall financial health. They've shared some preliminary financial results. Preliminary means these are their best estimates before everything is completely finalized, but they give us a good idea of where they stand. So the main event here is this press release from the 11th of January 2026. Since this is a current report on Form 8K, the focus is on this press release and what it reveals about their financial performance. We're not getting the full audited financial statements here, but rather a snapshot with Natera Incorporated. We're talking about a company involved in diagnostics, particularly in the areas of women's health, oncology, and infectious diseases. They're known for their molecular diagnostic tests. So when we look at their financial results, we're really trying to see if their innovative tests are translating into strong sales and profits. Let's try to get a feel for what these preliminary numbers might be saying. Typically in these reports, companies will highlight revenue growth, profitability, and maybe some key performance indicators specific to their industry, like the number of tests performed or the adoption rate of new technologies. While this filing doesn't contain extensive financial tables directly within this 8K itself, it directs us to a press release for those details. However, knowing that their common stock is trading indicates investor interest and the need for this type of timely disclosure. Companies usually file these 8Ks to share significant news, like earnings announcements, mergers, or major operational changes. In this case, it is all about their financial results. Understanding these preliminary results is crucial. For investors, it's a signal of the company's trajectory. Are they growing as expected, or are there signs of trouble ahead for competitors? It's a benchmark. For us at Corporate Decoder, it's about finding the story in the numbers. What does Natera's performance reveal about the broader diagnostics market? And are there any hidden risks or opportunities that the company might be understating or overstating? Looking at Natera, they are in a competitive field. Companies in the diagnostics sector often face pressure on pricing, regulatory hurdles, and the constant need for innovation. So when they report results, we want to see if they are managing these challenges effectively. Are they gaining market share, or are they struggling to keep up? This filing is essentially a heads up for the market. The full detailed financial statements will likely come out later in their official quarterly or annual reports. But this 8K and the accompanying press release are where the initial story is told. Now, let's think about the broader implications. Why does this matter? For Natera, strong quarterly and annual results can lead to increased investor confidence, a higher stock price, and potentially easier access to capital for future growth and research. Conversely, weaker than expected results could lead to a sell-off in their stock and make it harder for them to fund their operations and expansion plans. The fact that they are providing preliminary results suggests they are either very confident about these numbers or perhaps looking to manage market expectations ahead of the full report. It is a strategic move that can influence how investors perceive their performance. What we're sifting through here is not just raw data, but a narrative about the company's health and its future prospects. As investors and observers, our job is to cut through the noise, understand the implications of these preliminary figures, and form an informed opinion. Now, looking at these results more broadly, Natera appears to be sharing early indicators of its performance. While specific numbers aren't detailed in this 8K itself, the filing points to a press release that would contain those crucial figures. This is standard practice for companies to give investors a heads up on key financial takeaways. We'd look for revenue trends, changes in profitability, and how these compare to previous periods and analyst expectations. The story being told is one of ongoing financial reporting to the market, primarily through the press release attached to this form. The market will be watching closely to see if these preliminary results signal growth stability or potential headwinds for Natera in the competitive diagnostics landscape. Alright, that is our quick dive into this Natera Incorporated 8K filing. What is your take on the importance of these preliminary financial announcements? Do you think companies should always release preliminary numbers, or does it create too much speculation? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown useful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into corporate finance. And don't forget to join our Discord community for more discussions. Thanks for watching. See you next time.